yet. Great sign. It says streaming on Twitch. YouTube still works.
Posted to Twitter.
Oh God, I'm gonna scream if it starts doing that shit again. It shouldn't be anything wrong with my computer. Like I said a second ago, I think it was just my internet being fucky. I'm not gonna dox myself, so I'm not gonna say my address or location, but the neighborhood I'm in.
You don't want to get swatted?
Yeah, the neighborhood I'm in, I've been told because of geography, they are.
You just got coconut mauled.
So
Share this with all your friends to totally coconut maul them.
Jeez.
It's not quiet. Yeah.
I've been told because of the geography of my neighborhood, they are unable to lay fiber optic cables, so I'm like at the highest not fiber like internet, and sometimes it's just fucky. All right, so back where we left off.
Satisfying, John says.
God. Back where we left off.
You know what else is going to be satisfying? Going through this entire thing.
Yeah.
Well, not the entire thing. The second half.
Yeah.
And Brian's internet not shitting the bed.
God, please. Hey.
Or my webcam.
I was gonna say.
What if we played a game where you had to take a shot in chat every time my camera decided, for whatever reason, to just refocus?
Chris, if we lived in a world where my internet didn't shit the bed and your camera stayed focused on your face, we'd be bigger than fucking Mr. Beast right now.
Again.
That's the only thing holding us back is my internet and your webcam, and we'd be Mr. Beast. We would be beyond.
I literally did not move, and it refocused.
Oh god damn. Okay. So up next, I don't even know, Chris. I don't even know who this is. Forgive me if
I'm not even on track right now. Whoever's our set designer, aka me for my upstairs.
Yeah.
There is a pillow.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
That was not there in part 1. Spoiler.
no content. What's the word for that?
Easter eggs?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whoever set up my my background, that pillow was not there in the part 1. So there's that.
Continuity error. Thank you. That's the word.
There you go. There it is.
Chris, I have no clue who this is. I'm pretty sure that's not Grambling State. I think they're also a G, but yellow.
Is that Old Dominion?
Who cares?
No, it wouldn't be because it's in the G's. Wait, who would that be? We've already done Georgia Southern.
Is it Georgia State?
Georgia State?
That was where.
Gotta be honest, but that was a school.
But they're not. That was where Dion was, right? Before.
No, that was Jackson State. Or yes, Jackson State.
Okay, well,
not Jacksonville State.
Based off of neither of us knowing, don't care.
Georgia State, yeah, it's just does anyone care?
All right, Georgia Tech, weird ass playbook, right? Because they run the option, right? The triple option.
Yeah.
If you want to get wacky, you can move them back into the SEC, one of the founding schools. Otherwise, you got a fun mid-tier team. I'm not too high on them, but it would be a fun rebuild. Time? Yeah, I think I would enjoy playing with them solely for the playbook and like to get a little wacky with it, but it's not like a top pick for me.
Now, I'll say this, depending on how much, uniform diversity or variables, whatever the word is, they have in their options. The white helmets with the GT are pretty slick, and then they do one with like a honeycomb pattern or something on their helmet,
something like that
through the middle. I don't know. So they could have some cool jersey combos. That's about it.
Hawaii, for me, it's at the very top. They have some amazing uniform combos, some amazing helmets. Their throwbacks with the Rainbow Warrior, like rainbow on the helmet, it's fucking sick. One of the first years I remember like actively watching college football and like following it was like Colt Brennan, like destroying everyone. You can bring back their glory days. I know they're in like a high school stadium now, I think, which is the only kind of downside.
There goes the camera again. There was a guy, Chang.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy before Colt that like was also just an absolute gunslinger.
Yeah.
I think his name was Chang. Last name was Chang. Anyways, yeah, I'd put them at most funnest.
Yeah, I think I forgot about the tier names. Yeah, I mean, off the jersey combinations alone, you'd have so much fun with it. I don't know what their stadium situation is in game because the what was the name of the Honolulu Bowl? Was that what it was called? Yeah, that got condemned.
What's his name? June Jones or whatever his name was that went on to coach SMU.
Yeah. Aloha Stadium, thank you. Yeah, it got condemned. So like I don't know what the stadium's gonna look like in the game because I'm pretty sure they play it like a high school stadium, but we'll ignore that. I think it'd be a fun rebuild for sure.
So looking at the comments, just to go back a little bit, Georgia Tech Stadium is kind of cool. That's where the United played for half a season. And then Georgia State plays in the Braves' old stadium. Interesting.
Oh, we're gonna have a baseball stadium in this game?
Well, definitely not Fulton County because Fulton County got torn down. Right? They left the outfield wall up because that's where Hank Aaron hit. His historic home run or whatever it was. But I guess the one in between that, they've had 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
man, I'm not a baseball guy.
Sorry.
Houston.
Not American.
Houston. They are traditionally pretty good. So I can't put them in the top 2 just based off of that alone.
Here's the real question with Houston. Will NCAA include the knockoff Houston
Oilers
uniforms? Yeah.
Didn't they get a cease and desist from the Titans for that?
Bit. They did, yeah.
I could have swore they did. I mean, they have. They're going to.
But anyone can send a cease and desist. It doesn't mean you have to stop doing it.
I think that had no like actual legal standing, like whatever. So
it's
they just ignored it.
And stripes. What can you possibly?
The uniform, if they have that uniform in the game, is fucking sick because I am a Oilers fan. I wholeheartedly believe the Titans should have stayed the Tennessee Oilers because that color scheme, those uniforms, that logo is sick. So anything kind of harping back to that, whatever that word is, back to that. We're a fucking train wreck, Chris. I am
I don't understand the camera situation for me. Well, okay, where are you leaning for this?
I'm gonna put I'm gonna have a good time with them. It's not my first pick. They're probably a little too good. They're close to being down here, but I think the uniform situation bumps them up to here for a good time.
They never wore those uniforms. Yeah, so H-Man and Chad was saying they never wore those uniforms. Yeah, I don't think they did, but I don't know. I mean, if there ever was an official ruling of if they couldn't in the future.
And who says they can't be in the game? What I'm interested to see...
Turner Field. Thank you, H-Man.
What I'm interested to see is how... So they're going to have... Because, like, a lot of college teams, they'll have, like, 4 or 5 options, right? And then you can, you can switch up the helmets with the jerseys or whatever. I'm interested to see how far back, if at all, they go in, like, classic uniforms. Because, like, in part 1, before shit hit the fan 2-3 times... you had mentioned those Navy helmets that had like the blue kind of like triangle at the bottom with the white tops and
it had like gold. A gold stripe.
Yeah. Like I wonder if they'll go back far enough to where you can play with those, or if they'll have like some of the best ones over time, right? Because like I would love to see the like 2013 like MTSU like Chrome Dome helmets, or like just like dig up some of the greatest hits, like the ones I mentioned from Hawaii earlier that were like the throwbacks to the Rainbow Warrior helmets.
Didn't Georgia did a chrome helmet too one time, right? With like a big thick red stripe, like the Power Ranger looking.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Thing, yeah. Illini.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put them under. Does anyone care?
Yeah, I'd say I don't care. Indiana. This is another like Duke situation where it's like that's a basketball school, right?
Yeah, but they don't have the academic prestige that Duke and Vandy have.
So maybe I'd put them down here because like this is a rebuild. Like 100%, they are not good, right?
No,
and they traditionally have not been. But I don't think they're cool enough or have enough, cool uniform options. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong about Indiana, but I'm not super hyped on them. But it would be a fun rebuild.
No. I'll give you that one because I was going to put them all the way down to Does Anyone Care?
Okay, you know what? Good time. We're here for a good time.
Okay, fair. Because they're definitely not too good.
God. All right. Iowa State. Big 12 team.
H-Man agreed with you. Indiana goes into here for a good time.
Yeah. Iowa State, Big 12 team. They've had some ups and downs. They've never been great, but they're usually pretty competitive. Like I would put them on par with like a Texas Tech, where they're always kind of around, but they're never really a threat. So I mean,
Iowa State is like you're not gonna remember this, but there was a time there where Southern Miss were known as like the giant killers.
Yeah,
they always spoiled someone's season. It feels like Iowa State has become that the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Usually it's someone in the Big 12 that they ruin, but they ruin someone's season.
John in chat saying they give who cares vibes. I think they're a little. I think some people care. I think they're. See, I don't want to keep adding fucking categories, but there's some weird middle ground between who cares and too good. Because I wouldn't say they're necessarily good, but.
No, you can't put them in the same category as those teams that are in there.
So, good time.
Yeah, it's either good time or does anyone care?
Okay. Iowa. Now, they have the cool waving after the first quarter tradition. Like the presentation's going to be cool. Their uniforms are all right. They never really have too much of a, crazy alternate.
Their defense has to be rated high, right?
Their defense is gonna be the best defense in the game. I think if you go back and look at the top 100, there's like a bunch of fucking Iowa defensive players in there. Mm-hmm. Their offense is like historically bad.
Yeah.
So if you want like a good team with a little bit of a challenge to it, I feel like Iowa is like the prime choice.
Do we put them in? I can see why.
Yeah. Because
like I can see why someone wants to do it because it's like can I turn Iowa into an offensive juggernaut or something?
Because like maybe you're new to the game or you don't want to spend that much time and it's like, okay, well I already have a defense and decent special teams. Like all I got to do is focus on getting like a quarterback and receiver and my team's gonna be great, right? So that'll go up here.
John agreed with it. I can see it. I can see why. I'm not reading his next comment. Let's see. H-Man, they set points per game target for their offensive coordinator, and they didn't hit it halfway mark in real life. It sounds like I can see why. There's a good spot there.
Cool. JSU, recent addition, right, to the game?
That's got to be Jackson. It's got to be Jacksonville State, right?
Didn't they recently come up to FCS?
Yeah, because I didn't know they were honestly. Yeah, Jacksonville State, H-Man.
So with them being kind of new and underdog that we don't know much about, I mean honestly, yeah, newly okay, FPS. H-Man, newly FBS.
We just need to bring H-Man in.
Yeah, he's our fact checker. It's fine.
Well, because I know they're like their mascot is the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Right.
Which dumb. Get a one of your own.
And the only reason I know that is because, long story short, but like a old high school coach of mine used to be an assistant coach at Vanderbilt, and he was on Alabama playing for Bear Bryant, but then he left and played a couple years at Jacksonville State. So
gotcha.
I know that.
So solid underdog. It's not on my list of like must plays, right? Like I think everything up here is pretty like I need to do it, right? I need to play this team. I cannot see myself going above solid underdog story.
Yeah, I'm good with that one. I'm good with that.
Okay. JMU. JMU was what last year they were undefeated through most of the season, right? And had the college game day show up. And for me, you know, what do you think?
Granted, they didn't play anyone, but yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like the color scheme. I think for what I remember, I think the helmets are kind of cool. I would put them in the same category. I'd put them in the top one.
Very top?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could. The only reason, and like you said, they didn't play anybody. So this I'm gonna talk myself into leaving them here. They didn't play anybody, but they were pretty fucking good last year. And
you know what? Moving down to 2.
I'd say for me, for my first one, I want to rebuild. Like if this game came out last year and not this year, I would have put them at the very top. But you know, now I'm just like, you know, they went 11 and whatever, or 10 and whatever.
Because I'm not picking them over those other 6.
No, absolutely not. I'm gonna skip these 2 real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys up here. Brand new, newest school, worst team of the game. Like, I mean,
I've already put them as my non-Power 4 preferred team in our sign-up sheet. Which anyone is watching, if you want to possibly participate in our online dynasty,
we're gonna have 2 dynasties running. I'm gonna do one that's just no one else. I'm just running MTSU. I'm moving them to the SEC. I'm also going to do a Road to Glory at MTSU, move to the SEC. So
there's going to be 3.
That's in, you son of a bitch.
Oh, Brian.
Okay, we're good. We're back.
We're back.
Nothing happened.
Oh, and I'm gone.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it's too funny. Okay. The wonders of modern technology. It's Can't be back if you never left.
I hate.
Is the problem that we talk too much and the internet's just like hurry up?
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Okay, we're back. We're fine. Everything's fine.
We're fine. So we're skipping the Kansas teams. Why? Because
I just wanted to. Yeah, I just want to put Kansas State up there. It's just an obvious, you know, whatever. Kansas State. I mean,
now
they're not.
If this would have been like 2000. When they changed their logo up and it was like the cool logo and the cool colors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I put them pretty high. Now I'm indifferent. Here for a good time?
Yeah. I honestly.
Are you trying to put them in there too good?
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'd put both Kansas teams in here.
You can't put Kansas in too good though.
They have one of the.
I would say here for a good time.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Am I losing my mind? Was Kansas better than I remember this past year?
Kansas was good this last year. They have a really good quarterback.
I love the white helmets. If you can't tell, I'm a big white helmet guy.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good, clean look. Sorry for sniffing in everyone's ear too.
Yeah, we'll leave them. Well, you know what? Yeah.
I'm not thrilled with the. Here for a good, or they're too good for Kansas State though.
Let's do this. We'll go. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. That works.
Because they're both decent. Like Kansas State's traditionally the Kansas football school. I love the purple uniforms. You're right. I don't think I can put them in the too good because I don't think they're that good.
This feels better. I can see why. I forgot about this category. I could see why you would want to be Kansas.
Yeah. Also, that logo is sick.
A cool logo. Yeah.
Kent State.
Now you're sniffing. Does anyone care?
Yeah.
Because the logo's terrible.
Yeah.
They're definitely not too good.
I honestly,
you're not gonna have a good time if you're playing as Kent State. So it's like,
yeah. Honestly, okay, Kentucky's weird for me because like they're not too good, but they are in the SEC. I don't want to put them in Does Anybody Care because they're in the SEC. Like, of course you're gonna care.
I could see why.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good. I accidentally right-clicked.
UL Monroe.
I mean, it's a good underdog story.
The infamous Pearl Harbor, Alabama team.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
It was Saban's first year.
Yeah.
And they lost to UL Monroe at home. And
oh damn.
One of his press conference blunders, I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially said something along the lines of, to the Alabama fan base, this is their Pearl Harbor. The fact that we lost to UL Monroe.
Yeah.
So then obviously people are like, you can't compare a game to Pearl Harbor and all these different things. And what just happened?
Blaine, go away.
Hi.
Blaine, go away.
What just happened? Add that to the list. All right, UL Monroe.
Yeah.
I can't put them. Man.
I think it's a solid underdog story.
Okay.
I mean, like,
that's fine.
You take UL Monroe. UL Monroe.
UL Monroe.
Yeah. La Tech.
If you haven't noticed, I'm taking a sip every time my camera focuses.
La Tech. I think again, it's in that Conference USA fuckery zone. I'd put them in a I can see why or a solid underdog. I wouldn't put them near the top.
I honestly would put them in Does Anyone Care?
Really?
I don't know. Chat. Oh, here we go. Used to be in the conference with Hawaii.
The MAC, right?
No, that was the WAC.
Or the WAC.
Remember the WAC? What a terrible name for a conference. Fresno. I think Fresno was in the WAC. Who else was in the WAC? San Jose State, maybe?
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay, you know what?
H-Man or John, what are y'all thinking? We'll do it. We'll do a.
I think it's a good rebuild, but like, there's nothing really else about them that's.
Yeah, it's either got to be a strong underdog, or Does Anyone Care? I don't think the three in the between that fit. We need some chat. There we go. Underdog says
we'll go
John.
underdog.
So there you go.
All right, the Raging Cajuns.
The WAC. Raging Cajuns. I don't know why, but I think I want to put them in the top.
Funny name, like the name.
The helmets are fun. Like, I'm fine with one of the top two.
I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna put them in solid underdog. I just can't. Something's gotta feel right to move up here, and it just doesn't.
We went heavy Louisiana schools in that.
Oh yeah.
That tier. Louisville.
I'm here for a good time.
Yeah.
It's it's not going to be a lot of heavy lifting compared to some of these up here, but it's a decent little rebuild.
You want to scroll up just a little bit?
Oh yeah, my bad.
You're good. There we go. LSU too good, right?
Yeah.
First time we put someone there in a while. Marshall. I could see why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Terps. Ooh,
Maryland.
Terps would be a cool one.
They got
like
cool logo,
are
cool uniforms.
Sick. Yeah. Does that go top?
Oh, maybe.
Or is that I can see why. I don't think it's really like an underdog because they're pretty solid every year. It's got to be either I can see why it has a cool logo or
I'll plop them up here just because they have sick uniforms and yeah.
John says, did LSU make Get a Life, or did it just appear?
Or did
no? It's in the too good.
It's yeah,
they're not top tier right now though, John. Like you can't put, in my opinion, I don't know if Brian agrees with this, but you can't put LSU in the same tier as those other teams that are
those other teams. Asterisk Colorado. Colorado gonna be shit in real life. Gonna be too good in this game because of all the stats they put out. Memphis.
You could argue LSU and Florida and Clemson are pretty much the same level.
Yeah. I would put Memphis and Miami in that same probably too good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Miami would be
make Aaron happy.
Would be a cool little rebuild because they're.
Can we get some Aaron faces in the chat for the Memphis pick?
Miami's been bad for a while, but like they always seem to be like kind of roaming around the top 25, and for me that's not as fun. So I gotta put them there.
Well, and there's always them in Florida State, Florida, are so easy to build because of the state, and it never fails. They just they make it so easy to recruit with those teams on this game.
It's like once you get like 4 or 5 years in, it's like they're suddenly in the top 25.
Yeah, you're a juggernaut.
Like regardless if you're controlling them or not, like it's. Okay, Chris, let's go down here. Instead of going in order, let's pick one real quick that you want to see at the top. What of the remaining teams do you want to see in the most funnest Dash Chris level?
So the first one, am I going first one that popped out, or am I just like scanning here? Because I can tell you the first one that popped out.
Whatever feels right to you.
There's so many. Just because this is who for whatever reason, this is who I always built dynasties with back in the day, just on my own time. Utah State.
Utah State, where are we at?
Next to SC in Utah.
Let me pop this back up. Your reasoning?
So, okay. I'm going to sound like a freaking broken record right here. They were one. Oh, I got to take a drink again.
Yep.
They were one of the first teams to go with the white helmets. And I just love that look.
Yeah.
And they had the pistol offense. They were the only team that had that pistol offense. And I enjoyed running that, especially with a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
So just for nostalgia reasons, I would gravitate to a Utah State.
Okay, so I'm going down. I'm looking at this.
Can I guess who you're gonna pick?
Yeah. It's probably easy. It was. Go ahead.
Was it? Yeah. Was it? That's not Western Carolina. That is crap. Alabama.
Nope.
Alabama State.
No.
And that Alabama. What's the one with the maroon? I'm pointing at the scrn like you can see what I'm pointing at.
That's who I'm gonna pick. That's Texas State.
Cat thing. Okay. Yeah. Texas State.
Multiple reasons. One. They are in the Sun Belt, which is just a fun conference, right? I believe they're in the Sun Belt. They're new.
Yeah.
They're new to FBS. Personal reasons. I got family in San Marcos area. Why I think it's fun is they are a smaller school, awesome stadium. Even though they botched it in the trailer. Did you see the Texas State trailer, like the NCAA trailer thing?
No.
So in the announcement trailer for the game, they were showing like random stadiums or whatever, and they showed Texas State Stadium, but they completely forgot to put in the Upper Bowl.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Awesome stadium.
Okay.
Why I think it'll be a fun rebuild is because it'll be a hard rebuild. It'll be a team that you'll have to work to get to the top tiers of college football because UT Austin is right down the road, 30 minutes down the road.
I love that you called them UT Austin.
Well, because I have UT Knoxville idiots in chat. But yeah, you got Longhorns right down the road. You're competing against Texas Tech. You're competing against Texas A&M, who's also relatively close. While you will have a lot of talent to pull from in Texas, they're all going to the Longhorns, Texas Tech, SMU, Texas A&M. They are not picking Texas State. So
Houston.
Like
just name SMU maybe.
UTEP even.
Yeah. I've got my next one I want to put in the top.
Okay.
We may be putting a lot in the top here as I look at this
There's some good ones. We've just been going in alphabetical order and it's been falling weird.
So I may actually want to change which Kennesaw State's fun. I don't know, but I think I may change on our sign up sheet my outside the top 4 who I want to pick. This would be my team. Best helmets, best uniforms in arguably my favorite city outside of Nashville. Tulane.
Ooh.
Tulane. Like, I love the blue and green. Like, the combos and stuff they come up with is unmatched.
Former SEC school, right? Like, weren't they long?
Yeah, they
long,
were
long
original. Them and Swanee and Georgia Tech and there was one more, right? Or was that just it?
No, it was Georgia Tech, Swanee.
It was those 3 because they
Tulane.
dropped them and added South Carolina.
Yeah.
Arkansas. I guess that's it.
Now, okay. One thing I will be doing. I don't know how the scheduling works in this game. I know you can customize shit. So I'm going to be using MTSU. I am artificially adding Texas Tech as one of MTSU's rivals because having a Blue Raider versus Red Raider, like, bowl.
Is that their mascot as a Red Raider?
Yeah. Every year it would. I always wanted to force that rivalry, and I'm going to do it.
Is their mascot, does it stem from Civil War as well?
Yeah. Okay.
Does it really? The Red Raider is from there?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because the Blue Raider was originally a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to move Utah State. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to move it to I Can See Why. It has a cool logo. Okay. I was a little overzealous with that one.
All right, let me go down here and pick another one. There's a few in here that would be fun. I'm going to go Sam Houston only because they're another brand new school into the top ranks of this, and
there's definitely a trend that we have here.
What is it?
It's almost like if you looked at a ranking of teams, we are the opposite.
Yeah. With maybe like the exception of like no, fuck, I think you're right. Shit.
Maybe Maryland wouldn't be up there.
No, yeah, that's the one exception. You know what? Okay. Yeah, actually, Chris, pick another one. We're gonna do this for a minute and then we'll go back to alphabetical order.
Okay. The next one I would put up there.
And we'll extend it to you can pick top tier or the second tier.
Okay.
Which, as a reminder, is solid underdog story.
Do I go San Jose State?
Ooh.
I used to do them as well.
That seems like one I've seen like on Twitter of people like talking about their picks. That's one I've seen a lot.
I did them in 14 a couple times too. I don't want to put them up there though. Let's tell you what, I just want to place one. North Carolina. Okay. I Can See Why has a cool logo.
That works for me.
Can you do that? Am I messing up the concept here?
No, because I was going to do a similar thing with my pick, but I think that was one of the what was the last one I played? I think it was 12 or 13. I never got 14, but whatever the last one I played, I always chose North Carolina.
Yeah.
Just because I think the powder blue in the stadium and the jerseys and everything looks fucking amazing. And is one of the better, more unique.
It's a good clean
colorways.
Look.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I was gonna do a similar thing. Nebraska, like historically, really good. Obviously, like they won a championship in 99, 97. It was late 90s.
97 or 98, I believe. Yeah.
98 was Tennessee.
So then 97.
Yeah. But since then, it's been a steady decline.
99 was Florida State, right?
Maybe.
H-Man seems to be H-Man and John in the chat.
He's the historian here. But
John, your question about the Elijah Craig. I said it the first one. Apparently you weren't listening, so I'll do it again for the class. Total Wine store pick, Elijah Craig barrel proof. So
I'm leaning towards I can see why, but I almost with how bad they've been for so long, I almost kind of want to say they're an underdog. Like I know
you can't. They're too
I know
big of a school.
It's a massive school with a huge fan base, but they've been so bad for so long. I think the last time they were decent was 2009 when they had an Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
And since then, I can't remember any year that's stood out.
I feel like the only way that you can justify, or the only proper way to build Nebraska as a player, is to bring back the wing tee or the veer offense or something. Like you have to be like, otherwise you're not doing Nebraska justice. You got to bring them back to what they were.
I think it's hard. See, I view Nebraska in a very similar light to Boston College. Like
97 according to Wikipedia. Thanks, H-Man.
Like both Boston College and Nebraska used to be powerhouses. Nebraska probably a little bit more. But I just feel like they're still too big of a brand to move up. I am teetering on wanting to put them up here, but I just can't. So they'll stay.
I think that's the right spot. All right. Where do I want to place?
I got one.
What about? I think Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Very last one. Let's put them. I can see why it has a cool logo.
It's sick logo. Pretty
I love
damn good
the
fan
brown
base.
and the. What's that?
I said pretty damn good fan base, and I was gonna say the same thing. Like the uniform combos with the brown and the gold look sick.
Yeah, I mean, look, they could fit in the solid underdog,
but I think they fall. I think it's like a Boise State or like a I don't know, like maybe not.
What conference are they in?
I don't know.
Are they
what I'm excited for this game, I used to know college football like the back of my hand, and with this game not existing, I've lost track of that because I follow my team and that's it. With this game coming back out, I'll know all this shit again, which I am stoked for.
And I think also that is a product of, I'm going to go to my soapbox here. That is also a product of what we've created in college football. Like it now, what the commercialism and everything is created is, if you're not in this small group, you don't matter.
No.
Right? You're obsolete. There's no reason to pay attention to you. Back then, you paid attention to everyone because you never knew who was going to be good.
But let me counter you there. I think you're correct in the sense of they're going to these power conferences. Like there's going to be 50 teams in the SEC, and that's going to be all of college football. But I feel like they've somewhat countered that a little bit with the expanded college football playoff, which has its own problems. But like, if they would have had that expanded playoff last year, like Liberty would have got in if you looked at the standings. So like, I feel like now, at least until more changes are made, there's opportunities for like a Liberty or a JMU or a, I don't know who else is good.
Yeah, because they're earmarking at large. Right, isn't the 2 at large?
I think so, yeah.
So,
and then there's
H-Man said Mountain West. Getting caught up here a little bit. Yeah. John says Western Kentucky is absolutely no cares out of blind loyalty.
I agree, but look, Western Kentucky and MTSU are always a package deal. They're just always going to be. I need to put my hatred aside. They have a funny mascot, I guess. I'm going to put them up here with the asterisk of I hate them.
H-Man did the Patrick emoji. That's very appropriate. What do we got here? Isn't that the conference that swiped the Doctor Who logo?
I think we missed 2.
John, I hope you
I'm telling sending with me personally.
John, I hope you clipped Brian putting Western top tier. I would never. The same way he forced me to put that other school in Alabama.
Chris, I need you to do what I did for you. Talk me out of nuking Oklahoma and putting them in Get a Life Nerd, because that's where they're about to go.
Well, if you put them in Get a Life Nerd, you're actually paying them a compliment.
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that.
I needed that. Thanks, Chris. You're a good friend. Okay. Hey, Chris.
And you can't put them in the same category as Alabama because they can't beat Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. Chris,
is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn. I took an extra turn because I hate Oklahoma, but it's your turn now.
Let's go South Florida. I can see why it has a cool logo.
Ooh.
Right, you get to recruit.
And they have a cool ass stadium that's brand new.
Yeah, I feel like that's a perfect spot for them. That one's loading up, which I kind of expect, right? These should probably
bell curve,
pyramid
right?
off, right? Yeah. It's like picking C on an exam.
Yeah.
Not that I ever did that because.
Oh, I did that. I super did that on my SATs, dude.
I need C's in the
ACTs.
chat if you did that on your exams.
Yeah, just drop some C's.
Drop some C's in the chat, please.
All right, you know what?
Oh yeah, I think I'm not gonna. Yeah, you go.
Go ahead.
John had a good one in there though.
Penn State is Get a Life Nerd.
As much as I hate it, he's probably right.
Yeah.
Well, that would be John's pick. That doesn't have to be your pick.
I mean, I would have put them here or here. So, oh shit, we're gonna put him Get a Life Nerd.
You know what? Yeah, let's not give them that compliment. I'm not giving Franklin that compliment.
Okay.
Not that he's watching this. Let's put him in too good.
Okay.
Because they can't beat. If Penn State, I keep pointing to the screen like you can see this right now, but for my own personal use here, if Penn State played everyone but Colorado,
yeah,
they lose 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
because they can't beat good teams.
Okay.
So John, you were wrong.
Here for me, very top, tippy top, most funnest.
Tippy top.
I'm gonna throw UAB up there.
Okay.
Because
they're like Undertaker. They were once dead. And
they had the whole, and this is when I was in college. They had the whole, I guess near the tail end where they went under, and everyone hated was it Ray Watts, Bill Watts, whatever the hell his name was, and then they rose from the dead. I think they have a pretty big stadium. Obviously, you're going to be recruiting against like Alabama, which is going to be hard, but it's a fun rebuild. And sometimes a hard rebuild is a fun rebuild.
They're definitely top 2.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Hold on. We got some chatter here. USC is Get a Life Nerd. They get the recruits, but suck in big games.
I don't think they're Get a Life Nerd. I think they're just too good.
You think they're too good, but at recruiting, not at playing?
Yeah, but they can't do anything with them. Like, when's the last time they've done anything?
2006.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they had, as most people are trying to say right now, we'll see how it pans in the NFL. They had one of these generational quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And, surrounded by skill players that are supposed to be the best in the state of California, and they couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
How many games? They lost, 3 games last year?
I don't think, they're not a good team. I mean, like you said, and like Chad said, good at recruiting.
Does anyone care about USC? Again, which USC are we talking about?
They're good at recruiting, right? Terrible at playing.
Yeah.
But if you go in and pick USC, you're a nerd, right? Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah,